We've all been there. An argument starts, tensions rise, and just when you expect things to blow up, the other person goes completely silent. It feels like they're refusing to engage, right? But is that silence an act of avoiding you, or is it something more? Could it be that they're not avoiding you, but avoiding the conflict itself? It's easy to assume that when someone shuts down during a disagreement, they're trying to ignore the problem. However, it might be that conflict feels too intense for them to handle, and silence becomes a way to escape the emotional discomfort. But this avoidance doesn't mean they don't care. It could mean they care too much but feel ill-equipped to deal with the emotional strain that comes with confrontation. Think of conflict like a hot stove. Most people naturally want to pull away from anything that could burn them. And for avoidance, emotional conflict is that hot stove. Studies on attachment theory, like those from Dr. Sue Johnson, a clinical psychologist specializing in relationships, show that avoidant individuals often retreat because they associate conflict with emotional pain. They instinctively step back to avoid getting hurt, which can leave their partners feeling abandoned. Here's what's really happening. The silent treatment is often a form of conflict avoidance, not a dismissal of the issue. Avoidants tend to withdraw because facing the argument head-on feels emotionally overwhelming. To address this, approach conflict with calmness and assurance, focusing on collaboration rather than confrontation. Remember, silence in the face of conflict doesn't mean they don't want to resolve it. It means they're unsure how to do so without getting emotionally burned. Now that we've explored how the silent treatment of avoidance in relationships can stem from various emotional struggles, you might think you've heard it all. But what if I told you that this silence isn't just about them wanting to be alone or ignore conflict? As promised, here's a deeper layer to it. Reason number 5. When someone shuts down and stops communicating, it can feel like they've built a wall between you and them. But have you ever considered that this wall isn't meant to keep you out, but to keep their emotions in? Could the silent treatment be more about self-protection than punishing you? Many believe that silence is used to hurt or manipulate. But for avoidance, it's often a shield they put up when they feel too vulnerable or emotionally exposed. This silence isn't an attempt to create distance from you, but rather a way to protect their own feelings when they don't know how to express them. Think of it like a knight putting on armor before heading into battle.